We'll take some phone call at the night, too. Maybe after 11, after 12. Yes, because we have some things, we start with the clip thing, I have to continue it. People them want to hear the clip them, yes. Continue it, you know them really. So, why I tell you, we just have come from the sports center. I tell you, wonderful concert, man, for Jimmy Cliff. Wonderful concert. A long time I go to one Jamaican concert and hear instruments and music. You know what I mean when I say music? I mean music with melodies and different artists that sing. And the sweetest part of it is one man songs them are sing, from him catalog, Jimmy Cliff. The tribute to Jimmy Cliff concert. Wonderful. Babsy Grange, I know you produce it, with others, but trust me, man. It was a wonderful concert. I don't have no argument for you whether it's bad or it's good. It was beautiful. And I see some sisters we had never seen for years. I don't see them. Years. Boy, I wish we could have get back to the time when we say we are going to a reggae concert. We really are going to a concert, go listen to music, instruments. Musicians are play music. It's such a beautiful thing for sit down and hear the music I play without interruption. Just hear the music and the artists perform. And when them done, them come off of the stage and make way for the next artist just like that. It just go tick-tock, and I go straight. Yeah, man. Me love it. Jimmy Cliff. Yeah, man, you're gone, but you're not forgotten. Trust me, man. Imagine you have a concert where a one-man music, you hear the whole night with different artists, high-caliber artists too. No, go reggae artists. Artists who can sing. When they take notes, man, you feel it go through your body. Yeah, man, lovely. Windrush, we have this brethren who is part of that group of people who is looking for the interests of the Windrush generation out of England. We have him on line. Good afternoon, good night. Good night.
Greetings, Mota. Can you hear me?
Yeah, man, I hear you, man. I hear you.
Greetings, brother, greetings.
Oh, you know, man?
Yeah, I'm doing good, I'm good. Good so far, no complain, Mota, no complain.
So, let me ask you the last time I talked to you go back to England and come back?
Go a couple of times and come back.
Wow, you won't play, man. You can't put much part of the cargo, boy.
It works to be done, Mota. Works to be done, as we say, no?
Let me see. So what's happening now? I mean, I hear say you have a big event in the holiday out of Harborview.
Well, this one, the one Harborview was Saturday gone. This one is Saturday. That one gone. The Harborview one gone. The Harborview one was on the 13th, which is Saturday this weekend gone. The one coming up is this Saturday, the 20th of December at Kynesland Ramble District Centre Match. That's the one coming up. That's the Windrush Family Fun Day and Windrush in Session.
Explain that now. Fun Day and Session.
Right. The Windrush Family Fun Day and Windrush in Session. It's a whole day event, day and night event. It's a day and night event. It starts 12 noon and ends 2 o'clock the following morning, Sunday morning. It's two elements to it, Mota. The first element, the Windrush Family Fun Day, starts at 12 noon, and that particular segment ends at 8 p.m. Mota. Then we go into the second segment at 9 p.m. That is Windrush in Session. That starts 9 p.m. and goes on till the early hours of the morning, around about 2 o'clock. The first segment, the family fun day. We've got hilarious granny entertaining the children, and also Bubbles the clown. That's for the children. And with that, we're gonna have popcorn, the ice cream, all that for the children. Then Windrush in session. We're gonna have Youth and Green, George Nightingale, and also we're gonna have Youth and Green and a number of other performances. With a live backing band, the Great Metro Media Sound System will be there as well, and many other things. The whole idea, Muta, is to promote the Windrush compensation scheme. Well, the Windrush schemes, because there's a Windrush compensation scheme, which is the compensation element of it, and then also there is the Windrush status scheme to regularize the status, like for those individuals that were in the UK, left the UK, and they're indefinitely to remain lapsed, they can use the Windrush status scheme to return to the UK. It's an unconventional approach, Mota. To what we're doing is actually throw the word Windrush out there, and this is one particular approach that we're taking. Throw the word Windrush out there to get a number of individuals to come forward and ask about the details and the intricacies. What is Windrush about? What is this Windrush compensation scheme? This is the approach we're taking now. Yeah, many of the approach, but this Saturday is that particular approach we're taking.
All right, what is it that going to happen for really educate the people about the Windrush situation Saturday? What going to happen there? I mean, I hear you talk about ice cream and music and thing, but what is it that going to happen?
Right, I will be there on the go. Myself, Roland Housen will be there. So should anyone attend, right, all good to have the free food and so on and so forth. But if they want to engage, speak with me on a one-to-one basis about the Windrush compensation scheme and the Windrush status scheme, who is eligible to apply, how will be entitled to compensation, etc. I can have a one-to-one. So we find a quiet space which we'll have a room there, and I'll go down and we can go there and I will go into the details of the scheme, eligibility, entitlement, etc., what documentation you need, how you approach filling out the form, how to present your impact on life statement, etc. So it's to get the Windrush family together, so to speak, and then you can have that one-to-one discussion with me, Mota.
What is it?
That's the approach we're taking.
All right. We hear of these political arguments are going on in England in terms of who is a citizen, the migration and all these things. Tell me how that affect what you doing now, all right, if it affect it anywhere.
It will affect us, the Windrush generation and their descendants somewhat to a certain extent. One particular situation that is developing there due to legislation is that if you've got dual citizenship, which many Windrush generation and their descendants has got, then that the government by default or great extent has got the option of deporting you from the UK because they've got that second option, Mota. You got somewhere to go. You got a second citizenship. And in fact, there's one particular individual a lady that traveled from the UK over to ISIS. And not ISIS, over to Syria. Okay. She was associated, it is said, with ISIS, the terrorist group. And it was assumed at the time that she had a second citizenship, dual citizenship, which is Bangladesh. Despite the fact, Mota, that Bangladesh refused to give her that citizenship, her UK citizenship, she was born in the UK. Let's note that she was born in the UK. That was rescinded. So quite a number of Jamaicans, Nigerians across the Commonwealth, they've got dual citizenship. So that will definitely affect the Windrush generation and their descendants, Mota. There are laws, there are legislation that are being brought in, and legislations are already on the book, Mota, that will impact the Windrush generation, despite the fact they may have born in the UK.
All right, tell the people what it takes to apply for this citizenship and to legitimize yourself going to England, wanting to be a citizen and wanting to work there. What is it that legitimizes you?
Okay, so there are a number of individuals that will be eligible and entitled to use the status scheme to regularize the status. So one particular group are those individuals who traveled to the UK before 1989 primarily those that were there before 1973, and those that were born outside the UK, and they traveled to the UK before they got to the age of 18 years old, before the age of 18 years old. They have lived in the UK for a number of years, Muta, and they've got the indefinite leave to remain. Many of those individuals left the UK, and due to the fact that they left the UK for more than 2 years, by default, that indefinite leave to remain would have lapsed. Okay? Now, what they can do is use the Windrush status scheme to return to the UK, as long as they've got strong and continuous ties. I'm not going to go into the details of what is meant by strong and continuous ties. That may mean brother, sister, close family members, etc. But in essence, they can use the Windrush status scheme to return to the UK and pick up from where they left off, so to speak. So some of them may have left 1970, whenever, 1980, whatever, out of the country more than 2 years. They can now use the Windrush status scheme free of charge, no cost to them, to return to the UK.
Okay, so it means, when you return, you will be legitimized. That's what I say.
Yes, in essence, yes, that's what it means. It's a process. You probably have to live there for a while before you actually get. But you'll get your biometric card and your indefinite leave to remain. Mm-hmm. And then once you return, they'll start going through the process to becoming a citizenship. But you'll have all rights once you return. Once you've been accepted for the status scheme and you've got that returning resident visa. So
if you're there in England for a little while and you never legitimize yourself, can you go back, go to them and say, why are they there for 10 years, and I really want to legitimize myself? Or is it that I'm going to take into consideration and say, you're there for 10 years, I never do nothing, they're going to deport you?
Well, in most cases, what you'll find, those individuals who came prior to 1989, they would have been there a number of years. They can use the status scheme to regularize the status. Okay, it can sort itself out. Yes, they can use a scheme. When you say 10 years, in most cases, those individuals would not be covered by the Windrush status scheme because they would not fit into that particular time frame, so to speak. However, there are other ways they can regularize, i.e., I'm not going to go into the details of that. If they been there for over 20 years, in the UK for over 20 years, whether straight, lean, or whatever, and it can be established definitively that they've been living in the UK continuously for 20 years, they could apply under the 20-year rule, okay? But that is outside, 20-year rule is outside of Windrush, and I'm not an immigration lawyer, so I'm not going to go down the immigration route. I'm specifically sticking to, I'm just giving some insight, insight into other approaches that can be taken to regularize the status. But yes, they've got a lot of individuals who went there pre-1989 were still there, have not regularized the status, still living on the indefinite leave to remain, and may have been having some problems. Yes, you can use the Windrush status scheme to regularize the status. And I said earlier on, two schemes, status and compensation.
And it have time when it run out? Can it run out?
No, well, they wanted to do that to put a time limit on it, and think they were aiming to have it this year. I think we'll have about April 2025 this year. However, as you know, Muta have been campaigning in House of Commons and so on to make the scheme fit for purpose. We campaigned against that, and now it's open-ended. There's no time limit on it. However, those individuals who are thinking to claim should not use that as an excuse not to jump and get the claim in ASAP. Because situation and circumstances may change as we go along. However, as it is, it's open-ended, Muta. There's no time limit on it, so to speak. Neither for the status or the compensation.
All right. So if you have a conviction, or that can that make you be there by the back of the line, or can you come up to the front and say?
Yeah. Point. Very question, Muta. In terms of the status scheme, it can impact you somewhat. However, you can still use the status scheme to regularize the status. However, when it comes to compensation, and this is another one we're campaigning against because no other government scheme has got this. If you're served more than 4 years in prison, then the Home Secretary has got the discretion to reduce the amount of compensation you get, or in many cases, which I've experienced a number of my claimants, they can give you a nil award. Basically, you get nothing because you've served more than 4 years in prison. Quite a number of those cases. We believe that should not be there, Muta, because there is no other government compensation scheme, either the COVID compensation scheme, asbestos, post office, infected blood, hepatitis B and AIDS. All those are government compensation scheme, and none of those schemes, your conviction is taken into account. Any time you're served in prison or wherever, is not taken into account. It's only with the Windrush compensation scheme. We believe that is unfair. You should have some parity with Windrush scheme and another scheme. I'm not gonna. It's obvious reason, Muta, because Windrush generation, they are black extraction, so to speak. No point putting it up. That's the reason.
Yeah, but what I say, if your parents them up there, right, and you a Windrush, you can up your status as a Windrush generation then, and you them find you commit a crime.
Yeah.
Can they say you're not eligible for that compensation?
Yes, you serve more than 4 years in prison. It's whether you get compensation or not. You apply to the scheme and it's established definitively that you are entitled to compensation. Then the Home Secretary can say, no, we're not going to compensate you because you've done more than 4 years in prison.
Oh, so if you go less, if you go
3.5 years, then it's not 2 years, 3.5 years, 3 3/4, whatever, less than 4 years, that will not be taken into account.
Means you will still be legitimate, forget it or not. That's what I mean.
No, if I reach 4 years, if I done more than 4 years, right, the Home Office have the right, the Home Secretary has got the right to say, no, Mukta, you done more than 4 years in prison, you're not going to be compensated. In some cases, they can say, yes, we'll still compensate you, we'll disregard it because you've done some charity work, etc., etc. But in most cases, from my experience, they will say, no, we're not going to compensate you. Our numerous cases like those, Muta, quite a number of cases, even to the extent that one particular individual has ended up in a mental institution. The reason why she ended up in a mental institution, Mutabaruka, is due to what the Home Office and the hostile environment, them targeting the Windrush generation and their descendants. In this particular case, this individual, the trigger point was what the Home Office did to this particular individual, why she ended up in a mental institution. And despite that, they have not awarded her due to the fact that she had done more than 4 years in prison. And that is a case that I am
representing her now for find out why.
I am representing her. That's why I am representing her. I am the one that have been representing her. That's why I can give you the detail that, yes, that is the case. I am representing her.
So how it look? How it look?
All right. In order for that, in order for that situation to be reversed, Muta, what needs to be done? It needs to have changes to the Windrush compensation scheme itself. And as I've said to you before in previous interviews, for the past 3 years, my organization and my colleague Justice for Windrush Generation and other organizations have been campaigning to get changes to the Windrush compensation scheme. And we have put forward about 19 recommendations on situations like this, where convictions, as your conviction could put you at a disadvantage when it comes to you being awarded for compensation. We are campaigning to get that change that needs to be reversed. No other scheme, no other government's compensation scheme, whether it be post office, infected blood, COVID compensation scheme for those individuals who had took the COVID vaccination and things went sideways. None of those schemes take your conviction into account. It's only the Windrush scheme. We are there in September, and we're going to be in the House of Commons again on the 28th of September. 28th of January 2026. We'll be there again. So
what is the reason why them give? Why? What is the reason?
Mm-hmm.
What is the reason?
Conviction taken.
The 4 years conviction. That is the reason.
Yes, 4 years conviction or more. They're saying you should not benefit from the public fund, so to speak, which I think is an irrational thought process, Muta. But that's what it is. And I said, no other scheme that your conviction is taken into account with, and it's a deciding factor whether or not you're being compensated. You will be compensated. So it's only the Windrush scheme, and as I said, Muta is because we're black. What's that way? Primarily black.
How much?
There's no other way of saying it, Muta.
Yeah, well, I mean, you can be right, you know. You see, the racism deep in England. All right.
I've got good reasons to believe I'm fundamentally right, Muta, 100% right. I've got
So
good
you
reasons
get around that? How you get around that?
Campaign and Muta. Campaign and, put recommendations forward and show the discrepancy between the Windrush scheme and other schemes, etc., etc. I'm quite confident that we'll get that change, Muta. We've got the Windrush Commissioner. I've been in a number of meetings with Clive Foster, Reverend Klein Foster, the current Windrush Commissioner, and I'm putting a number of recommendations for my organization and a number of other organizations like Justice, and we've got we're also campaigning for a people's inquiry, and we're also campaigning to have the Windrush compensation scheme totally removed from the not only the Home Office but the government as an organization, and put in that independent organization like an independent body to actually administer the scheme. Also, prior to that, we also would like changes to the scheme to make the scheme fit for purpose. Because should the scheme be removed from the Home Office, Muta, and in its current state, all this new body and new organization will be implementing or administering a scheme that is not fit for purpose. Yeah. So a number of changes need to be made, and you just touched one regarding conviction and so on. So, and the amount, Muta, I mean, the post office compensation scheme, their starting point is £600,000. Our starting point is only 10,000 to just over 100,000. One of the campaign with the post office, I think that individuals get well over 1 million, if not 2.5 million. In the pot for the Windrush compensation scheme is 500 million. Of that 500 million, 115 million, I think, has been claimed. We have the view that the figure should be 4 times that. 4 times the 500 million should be on about £2 billion. That should be in the pot. That is what the numbers indicating to us, Muta, based on the number of individuals that has been impacted, the length of time they have been impacted, and the level of impact and the extent of the impact, Muta. So there are a number of changes that need to be made to the scheme, Muta. As is at the moment, yes, I've got quite a number of individuals who I have applied for compensation have been awarded, likewise status, likewise other individuals that are working alongside me and other organizations. Yes, we have had the successes are there. However, the level of award, the level of compensation, we're not happy with, Muta. We think it should be a lot more. So we're definitely working on that. Yeah. And hopefully we will get the relevant changes to make the scheme closer to being fit for purpose. The idea of the scheme, Muta, was to put those impacted back in the position they would have been had they not had their life impacted by the Home Office. So at 100,000 pounds, you're not going to put someone that has been locked out of the UK for 10 years and could not work for 10 years and could not use the NHS, etc., end up with depression and anxiety and the whole bag full motor. The 100,000 pounds is not going to cut it. We need to be close out there, like what the post office scheme is, our infected blood, etc., because the impact and the trauma is extensive, and it prolonged for quite a number of years. Motor, they need to get back to the position they would have been had they not been wronged by the Home Office. That's where we're coming from, Motor.
Well, I work hard, Bridget, trust me. So I want to repeat this something will happen Saturday again. That's the people I'm carrying.
Yes, Windrush in session. The Windrush Family Fun Day and Windrush in session this Saturday, Kynesland, Rumble District, St. Thomas. The Angel will be performing at the Windrush in session. George Nightingale will be there, Uton Green, and quite a number of others. Live band, I'm literally right in Harborview right now, coming from the studio uptown, doing some rehearsal. Proper musicians, some Alpha Boys and others. Proper musician, Muta. If you want to hear proper band, want to hear some hands blaze, Rumble District, Kyneland, this Saturday. Family Fun Day from 12 noon until 8 p.m. Windrush in session, 9 p.m. to the early hours of the morning. The great Metro Media sound system will be there. And the Angel will be there, for you who like the dance hall and, crossover. The Angel are going to that thing right now. And Uton Green will be there and others. It will be a good day. Bring the children out. The clown will be there. Hilarious Granny will be there. Bubbles the clown will be there. Bring the children. It's a family fun day. It says it means exactly what it says on the thing. Family fun day. The food is free. Drinks is free. Entry is free. The bar, you have to just buy that out. The bar is not free. So I don't want anybody to go up there or order NSC. and say, well, and they say free. I did not say that the bar is not free. Okay. All right, yeah?
Yeah, you know, the first time we go to Ethiopia, was Youth and Green was part of the group.
Okay. Yeah, that's a good performer.
Eh?
Yeah, he's a solid performer.
Yeah, man. All right, Virgin, give thanks.
Yeah, quick one more before I go. If you like further information about the Windrush compensation scheme or how to apply, telephone number 011-447-999-178-111.
Say it again.
011.
No, say it again.
011 44
Yes.
7-999-178-111. A UK number, you can get me on WhatsApp. Just hook me up on WhatsApp, call me, and I will talk you through how to approach the scheme, apply this. The money is there, claim it.
Yes,
yeah?
give thanks.
That's what I would say.
Yeah, Ari, with someone, bury someone. There again. So you hear that about the Windrush generation and where the Virgin are trying to alleviate some financial problems and legality problems in England. There's enough Jamaican. And especially we are going in America now too. It's really a travesty against people who skin dark. Yeah, because it's like them a target black people and what them call brown people. Yeah. So we have to really watch how we are step. We have to watch how we are step because them not in favor of we. Definitely not in favor of we at all. I can see clearly. So, you see some things are going on, you know, where kind of weird. You know, in America, they might talk about the Epstein files. And it's all about releasing the files. Epstein was supposed to be a man where they use little girls as sex objects and subjects. And them say, well, if a big guy is involved with that scheme. And there's a man named Prince Andrew, who the king now take all of the rights we have as a prince from him because he was involved with the sex crimes in America. And them call out a whole heap of big guy's name. But the biggest one of all of them I call out is the President of America, Donald Trump. And it is an investigation. And what now them said this week, yeah.
That is the origin of the song called Jingle Bells on One Horse Open Sleigh by J. Pierpont. It's all about the color with the bells around the necks of the slaves, so the owners could hear when they were trying to flee. You can visit these bells at the Book Museum, so it is not a Christmas song for kids. You should read more about James Pierpont. The next time you should think twice before singing this song called Jingle Bells. So when those poor people were trying to flee, and the owners heard the sound coming off the jingle bells, they searched after them on the One Horse Open Sleigh. Now you know and understand the origin of the song called Jingle Bells on the One Horse Open Sleigh by Pierpont. That is the origin of the song called Jingle Bells on One Horse Open Sleigh by J. Pierpont. It's all about the color with the bells around the necks of the slaves, so the owners could hear when they were trying to flee. You can visit these bells at the Book Museum, so it is not a Christmas song for kids. You should read more about James Pierpont. The next time you should think twice before singing this song called Jingle Bells. When those poor people were trying to flee, and the owners heard the sound coming off the jingle bells, they searched after them on the one-horse open sleigh. Now you know and understand the origin of the song called Jingle Bells on the one-horse open sleigh by Pierpont.
Balancing the truth and the controversy, addressing the youth and their calamity, motivated by concern for the whole of our liberty, the promise of a new reality, the cutting edge of true intensity, sole provider for the whole of our family, the force of brutal non-conformity, the cutting edge.
Did you know that in 1492, the Pope built secret tunnels to visit his mistresses while preaching celibacy? Pope Alexander VI, also known as Rodrigo Borgia, completed construction of a hidden underground passage connecting the Vatican directly to his lover's palace. The head of the Catholic Church was openly maintaining multiple women while demanding priests remain celibate. Borgia used papal funds to build elaborate tunnels, secret chambers, and hidden doorways throughout Rome. He appointed his own illegitimate children to high church positions and conducted wild parties in the Sistine Chapel itself. The corruption reached shocking levels as entire sections of the Vatican were converted into private pleasure quarters. Then rival cardinals decided to conduct a surprise inspection of the papal chambers. They discovered the tunnel system and found the Pope emerging from underground wearing civilian clothes instead of his robes. The horror was complete when they realized the extent of his double life. This single discovery sparked outrage across Europe and gave Martin Luther the ammunition he needed to justify breaking from Rome forever. The Protestant Reformation began with one Pope's secret tunnels.
Logic over faith. Throughout history, religion has claimed to be the guiding light of humanity. It has promised truth, morality, and ultimate answers to life's deepest questions. But when we look closely, what we find are endless contradictions. These contradictions are not just between different religions, but often within the very same scriptures and teachings that believers insist are perfect, flawless, and divinely inspired. If something is supposed to be the word of an all-knowing God, it should be consistent. Yet what we actually see are teachings that clash with each other, that say one thing in one verse and the exact opposite in another. And these contradictions matter because people build their lives, their laws, and even wars around them. One of the biggest contradictions across religions is the idea of free will versus divine control. In Christianity, for example, believers are told that God gave humans free will to choose between good and evil. But at the same time, the Bible repeatedly says God already knows everything you will do and has predetermined events. The book of Romans even says God hardens the hearts of some people so that they cannot believe. That means those people never had a real choice to begin with. If a God already knows the outcome and even manipulates your decisions, then what exactly is free will? And if you do not truly have free will, how can you be punished for choices you were never free to make? It is like a teacher giving you a test while secretly deciding your answers in advance, then punishing you for failing. That is not freedom. It is a contradiction. Another contradiction is found in the way religions describe their gods. In many traditions, God is said to be all-loving and merciful, yet the same texts describe God as jealous, angry, and vengeful. The Bible says God is love, yet also describes God drowning the entire world in a flood, wiping out children, animals, and innocent people. In Islam, God is described as the most merciful, yet also as one who will punish eternally for disbelief. If mercy means forgiving and compassion means letting go, then eternal torture contradicts that completely. A merciful parent does not burn their child forever for not obeying, and yet religious texts expect us to accept these opposite descriptions as if they make sense together. Consider morality itself. Religion often claims to be the source of absolute morality, but then it constantly shifts and contradicts itself. In the Old Testament, slavery is accepted and even regulated. Owning human beings, beating them, and passing them down as property is clearly described. But in the modern world, slavery is condemned as one of the worst evils in history. How can something divinely commanded in one era suddenly become universally immoral in another? Believers often argue that morality in Scripture was for its time. But if morality is truly objective and given by an eternal God, it should not need updates or context. If slavery is wrong now, it was wrong then too. Yet the so-called eternal Word of God said otherwise. That is a contradiction between timeless morality and time-limited commands. Another contradiction lies in the teaching of peace versus violence. Many religious leaders will tell you their religion is about peace, love, and harmony. But when you open the very same books, you find orders to kill. In Christianity, Jesus is often portrayed as a peaceful figure who told people to love their enemies. Yet he also said he came not to bring peace, but a sword. In Islam, one verse says there is no compulsion in religion, while another commands fighting unbelievers until they submit. In the Old Testament, God orders the Israelites to wipe out entire nations, men, women, and children. How can a religion simultaneously claim to be about peace while commanding violence in its foundational texts? This contradiction has led to confusion for centuries, where some believers cling to the peaceful verses and others cling to the violent ones. Both sides are quoting the same book. Even within personal teachings, contradictions are obvious. In the Bible, the 10 Commandments say, "Thou shalt not kill." Yet the same God orders his followers to kill in many places. If killing is absolutely forbidden, why are there so many exceptions? In fact, the biggest exception seems to be when God commands it, in which case killing is suddenly good and righteous. That turns morality upside down. Imagine a law that says stealing is always wrong, except when the president says it is okay. Suddenly the law means nothing. That is what these religious contradictions do to morality. The afterlife is another area filled with contradictions. Christianity says salvation is through faith in Jesus alone. But other verses say judgment will be based on works. Which one is it? If faith alone is enough, then good deeds do not matter. If works matter, then faith alone is not enough. And if both are required, then the claim that faith alone saves is false. This contradiction has led to endless debates within Christianity itself, with different denominations insisting on different interpretations. But if a perfect God wanted to guide humanity clearly, why give such mixed messages on the most important question of all, how to be saved? The role of women is another striking contradiction. Some verses say men and women are equal in God's eyes. Others say women must remain silent, submit to their husbands, and cannot teach or hold authority. In one place, women are praised as noble. In another, they are blamed for the fall of humanity. Believers try to harmonize these passages, but the contradiction is obvious. Either women are equal, or they are not. Either they can speak in church, or they cannot. The mixed teachings reflect the culture of the time, not the will of an eternal being. Even the idea of God's presence contradicts itself. Some verses say no one can see God and live. Others describe people who saw God face to face. Moses is told he cannot see God, yet later it says he spoke with God face to face like a friend. If no one can see God, then how did Moses or Jacob claim to have done so? These contradictions expose how stories evolved and changed over time rather than being consistent revelations. Another common contradiction is the promise of answered prayer. Scriptures often say, "Ask and you shall receive, seek and you shall find." Believers are told that God listens to prayers and grants requests. Yet in reality, prayers often go unanswered, and the same texts admit God sometimes ignores prayers. Jesus even said if you have faith the size of a mustard seed, you can move mountains. But of course, no mountains move. People explain this contradiction by saying God answers in mysterious ways, or sometimes says no, but that directly contradicts the simple and bold promise that prayers will be answered. If I tell you I will give you anything you ask for, and then I don't, that is a contradiction, not a mystery. Let us also look at forgiveness. Many religions say God is ready to forgive anyone who repents. Yet the same scriptures describe unforgivable sins. In Christianity, blaspheming the Holy Spirit is said to be unforgivable. In Islam, dying without belief is unforgivable. So is God infinitely forgiving, or only forgiving up to a point? If his mercy is limitless, then nothing should be beyond forgiveness. But if some sins cannot be forgiven, then the claim of infinite mercy collapses. It is a contradiction between the idea of unconditional love and conditional punishment. There is also the contradiction of creation itself. In Genesis, there are two different creation stories. In one, humans are created after the animals. In the other, Adam is created first, then animals, then Eve. These two accounts cannot both be literally true. Yet believers insist the Bible is without error. Even within Islam, the Quran says man was created from dust in one verse, from clay in another, from a clot of blood in another, and from water in yet another. Which is it? Dust, clay, blood, or water? These cannot all be literally true, yet they are all claimed as divine revelation. Religions also contradict themselves about wealth and poverty. On one hand, believers are told to give up wealth, sell possessions, and live humbly. On the other hand, religious institutions themselves accumulate massive wealth, build golden temples, and enjoy luxury. In Christianity, Jesus said it is easier for a camel to pass through the eye of a needle than for a rich man to enter heaven. Yet throughout history, the church has been one of the richest institutions on earth. In Islam, simplicity is praised, but many religious leaders live in grand palaces. The contradiction is clear. The teachings denounce wealth, but the practitioners embrace it. Even truth itself is handled contradictorily. Religions often claim that lying is a sin, yet their own scriptures describe situations where lying or deception is praised. In the Bible, Rahab is blessed for lying to protect the Israelite spies. In Islam, some forms of deception are allowed in war or for reconciliation. So is lying always wrong, or only sometimes wrong? Once exceptions are introduced, the moral rule collapses into contradiction. What makes these contradictions so significant is not just that they exist, but that they exist in texts claimed to be divine. If humans wrote these stories, contradictions are expected because humans make mistakes and change ideas. But when something is claimed to be from an all-knowing God, contradictions should not exist at all. Yet they are everywhere, touching every aspect of belief, from morality to salvation, from peace to violence, from creation to the afterlife. Another contradiction lies in the way religions describe justice. On the one hand, God is described as perfectly just, rewarding the good and punishing the wicked. But in the same scriptures, you find examples where the innocent are punished for the sins of others. In the Bible, the children of Israel are punished for the sins of their ancestors. In Christianity, the entire doctrine of original sin is based on the idea that all humans are guilty because of Adam and Eve's mistake. How is it just to punish billions of people who never committed that act? Imagine a judge punishing you for something your great-great-grandfather did. That would be the height of injustice. Yet this contradiction is at the heart of religious teaching. God is both perfectly just and deeply unjust at the same time. The treatment of non-believers is another example. Some verses claim that non-believers should be treated kindly, that their freedom should be respected, that faith cannot be forced. Other verses demand their punishment, exclusion, or even death. Believers often choose whichever verse supports their attitude. In one context, they preach tolerance. In another, they preach punishment. If these texts were truly consistent, there would not be such mixed instructions. This contradiction has led to centuries of conflict, where people claim to be following God while treating outsiders in completely opposite ways. Another striking contradiction appears in the way suffering is explained. Believers are told that suffering is a punishment from God, but they are also told suffering is a test, or a sign of God's love, or simply a mystery beyond human understanding. Which is it? If suffering is a punishment, then innocent people should not suffer. But we see countless innocent people, including children, living in extreme pain. If suffering is a test, then what is being tested when a newborn dies in agony? And if suffering is just a mystery, then the claim that God is just collapses into empty words. Religions cannot provide a consistent explanation, so they contradict themselves, offering every possible answer at once and leaving followers confused. Prophecies also expose contradictions. In the Bible, Jesus said the end times would come within the lifetime of his listeners. Clearly, that did not happen. Believers now reinterpret the text, saying he meant something else. But the contradiction remains between the claim of accurate prophecy and the reality of failed predictions. In Islam, different hadiths predict signs of the end times, many of which contradict each other. In Hinduism, timelines of cosmic cycles are so vast and contradictory that they can mean almost anything. If these were true prophecies, they should be clear and consistent, not contradictory and vague. Let us also consider forgiveness versus judgment. Some verses say God will forgive 70 times 7 times. Others say God will judge every idle word and every small deed. Some passages describe salvation as guaranteed through faith, while others warn that believers can fall away and be lost. These mixed messages create endless insecurity among followers. Some live in fear that no matter how much they repent, they may still be judged harshly. Others live confidently believing they are forgiven regardless of what they do. Both groups point to Scripture to justify their belief. That is the contradiction of forgiveness and judgment existing side by side. Then there is the issue of human worth. Some verses say humans are made in God's image, crowned with glory, and beloved above all creation. Other verses say humans are dust, worms, unworthy, and corrupt. So which is it? Are humans noble beings with divine value, or are they filthy sinners deserving eternal punishment? The contradiction is obvious. This confusion affects how people view themselves. On one hand, they are told they are special. On the other, they are told they are worthless without submission. It is a psychological contradiction that leads to guilt, pride, shame, and confusion all at once. Even the idea of love is filled with contradiction. Believers are told to love their enemies, to forgive 70 times, to show compassion. Yet the same texts describe God hating entire groups of people, destroying them mercilessly, and condemning them forever. If the divine model of love includes eternal torture, genocide, and hate, then love loses its meaning. Imagine a parent who tells their child, "I love you, but if you disobey me, I will burn you alive forever." That is not love. That is terror disguised as love. Yet religious teachings ask us to accept this contradiction without question. The Sabbath is another example. In some parts of Scripture, keeping the Sabbath is the most important law, punishable by death if broken. In other parts, it is dismissed as unimportant. Jesus is described as both keeping the Sabbath and breaking it. Paul says believers are not under Sabbath law, yet the 10 Commandments still include it. Which is it? Is Sabbath eternal or irrelevant? This contradiction has led to different Christian denominations splitting over whether or not to keep it. Again, a clear divine message would not produce such confusion. Food laws also contradict themselves. In the Old Testament, eating pork or shellfish is strictly forbidden. Later, the New Testament says all foods are clean. In Islam, pork remains forbidden, but alcohol is also banned. Yet in Christianity, wine is celebrated in communion as sacred. So one religion calls it holy, another calls it unclean. If God gave these instructions, why do they change? Either pork is forbidden forever or it is not. Either alcohol is a sin or it is not. These contradictions reveal cultural preferences rather than divine truth. The idea of God's knowledge contradicts itself too. Sometimes scriptures say God knows everything, including the future. But other times, God seems surprised, regretting decisions, or changing his mind. In Genesis, God regrets making humans and decides to flood the world. If he knew everything from the start, how could he regret? In Exodus, Moses convinces God not to destroy Israel, as if Moses knew better than God. In Islam, God knows all, yet humans are constantly tested to reveal what God already knows. Why test if the outcome is already known? These contradictions weaken the claim of divine omniscience. Another contradiction is found in the very definition of faith. On one hand, faith is praised as a gift from God. On the other, faith is demanded as a choice. So is faith given or chosen? If it is given, then no one can be blamed for lacking it. If it is chosen, then it cannot be called a gift. The contradiction between divine gift and human responsibility leaves followers trapped in circular reasoning. Even heaven itself is contradictory. Some verses describe it as a place of peace and rest. Others describe it as a kingdom where believers rule and judge. Some say everyone will be equal. Others say rewards will differ. Some religions promise paradise as a garden, others as a city, others as a mystical union with God. If heaven is real, why do the descriptions contradict each other so heavily? Another contradiction appears in the command to honor parents. Scriptures say children must respect and obey their parents, but they also say one must hate parents for the sake of following God. Jesus even said anyone who loves family more than him is not worthy. That contradicts the command to honor parents. The message is confused. Family is sacred, but also expendable. Even the concept of truth itself contradicts. Religions claim to be the one and only truth, yet there are thousands of them, each saying the same thing about itself. Christianity says Jesus is the only way. Islam says Muhammad is the final prophet. Hinduism says truth can be many paths. Buddhism says there is no creator God at all. Each religion claims absolute truth, but they contradict each other completely. They cannot all be right. If one is true, the others must be false. Yet believers often claim all religions share the same truth, which directly contradicts their exclusive claims. What becomes clear from all these contradictions is that religion is not the voice of a perfect, all-knowing being. It is the voice of human authors, shaped by culture, politics, and personal opinion. That is why it contains mixed messages, opposite instructions, and shifting morals. If you look at religion honestly, you see it mirrors human confusion, not divine perfection. And this matters because contradictions are not just academic debates. They shape real lives, laws, and societies. They justify violence and peace, equality and inequality, love and hate, all from the same texts.
I just say we invite you. Yeah. All right, Yeah.
Yes, yeah. Muta.
Blessed man.
Big respect. Yeah, man. So, yeah, I did a thing there where I want to require me to listen, you know, and then I put off the midnight thing. I like it, but I want to hear it again.
Which little night thing? Which night thing?
Eh?
Which little night thing?
Where I call the little broadcast where I go on about God and
about the Bible?
Mankind. About God and mankind and think out. You know, so change up God thing, you know.
We are talking about
God
the Bible one when we talk about play about the Bible?
Yeah, man. When God give them one thing and then
oh, the contradictions.
Yes, man. And
oh, we have to wait until next night, you know, because we just play it and it's kind of long.
Oh, yeah, me that is coming up to midnight and then it cut for me, that's it.
So what you say about it?
No, me that say you could have run here again because me never get everything.
Oh, well, we're going to play it again, you know, but not
yeah,
tonight.
Man. Yeah, man.
Got to get something to listen for.
Real.
All right? This show now, yes, here.
Good night, sir, Muta.
Blessed man.
How are you, sir?
Me there, man.
Oh, Muta.
You have to talk a little louder, though.
Oh, yeah, man. Two little things, no, Muta. You know, when I left off for the land thing. JPS. Them really give the Jamaican people an increase?
7% for a light bill.
Them Muta, how you justify that with the people them already mash up already? So anytime disaster come, with the increase we're having after the storm and before the storm, when you give JPS an increase now, Muta, what got more overall, especially when the food very expensive now?
You get some solar light.
But that means that's just Muta, but them panel and them thing if you import them Muta already for money, you know. And that means that thing, why they go and allow the people them the solar light.
Them sell it out, man.
It's expensive, Muta.
Yeah, I know, but you can't do it little at a time still.
Oh, man.
It's expensive, but in the long run it pay off.
Yeah, but my
cheaper than them idiot people, yeah.
Yeah, man. I can't believe it, Muta. And you know, you're Darren Barr, the Prime Minister, and nobody I'm going to tell you, and them around Jamaica.
No,
really,
man,
no?
him say something about it, man. But, I mean, him in league with them, you know, so, but him say something about it. All the opposition has said something too.
I can't believe it, Muta. Remember, you know, when TJ them sell out JPS to a company where they bankrupt after them bid future, that company bankrupt and get rich and sell it back, you know. So what to the money where them supposed to be invest, then just take it out of the country and that's it.
Well, of course.
And people are real, man. So obviously, them not think more the people and where I go through the crisis where food will go up, this will go up, that will
go
go
up. Already. Really? When you talk about food, I go up. It go up already. Come like you stop eat.
Muta, after I see what them do during COVID, that increase our got what we get, and you come back now, everything just gone up on you. That's why I can't like politician Muta. Me, the business body ones, I can't like them. Cause I old woman now when I work, and I'm a body again. How should I survive this? And the next thing now, Muta, me, the Prime Minister now, like, they must say listening and talk about them are looking at the land thing and that. Look, how am I going to, as well, people that say cut up land. Then, him said the Ministry of Agriculture said them not give no land. Is the Ministry of Agriculture different from the Jamaican government? Or is the land is for the Jamaican government? Or the Ministry of Agriculture is an independent society or entity, Muta?
Yeah, ask me.
Because I don't know what the Ministry of Agriculture in terms of planting for food the nation, to feed the nation. But yet still, but I think the Prime Minister would have ordered them, Muta. I never know so the Prime Minister would have asked him. I thought the Prime Minister in charge.
So who is in charge?
Then if I'm comparing that to the Ministry of Agriculture, so they're not giving, I kind of say they need to look at the land now for build low-income house. I don't even know what I mean by low-income house, because like, they define that for Muta. I don't know what I mean. Why not stop use this low-income house thing and stop fool people? And say I check now for say, the cane land and so forth. But Ministry of Agriculture in particular, so they're not giving up any land. So the question when you would have asked who own the land, is it the Jamaican people who own the land or is the government? Because it must be some difference, Muta.
Yeah. I understand what you're saying.
Oh, but anyway, play Get a Life. I mean, you look at Thursday. I mean, I tell them, man, but they 12 version of them have to them here. But Muta, can't waste time for them people, yeah, Muta. Trust me, them, I mean, black people, no good black poor people. Every day increase. And they can't stop on nobody now address it. So what? Some people are dead, left some then.
Yeah, that's what happened.
Get a life, yeah, Muta. Long life, my boss. But play the tune, they respect my virgin, yeah, man.
Called Rob a mentally unstable person.
Hello?
FM really rocking, you know?
Hello?
Yes, hello?
Yes, Muta, what's up?
Cutting Edge.
Oh. Yes, I'm turning on the radio a little bit. Muta.
Yeah?
What Jamaica government to deal with?
What aspect you talk about?
Eh?
What aspect of Jamaican government you talk about?
The whole of it.
I mean, I know the right one for ask what them a deal with, you know.
So who? So what the right one?
You'll have to ask them what them a deal with.
I hope somebody a listen can ask them back. Muta, look how long the hurricane gone. And the people them still asleep outside.
Yeah, but a whole heap of people in the situation. I don't know, 2, 3, 4 people, you know.
Eh?
You have a whole heap of people stop sleep outside, you know.
Yeah, but some of them still asleep out there.
Yeah, but you're not going to have everybody stop sleep outside because it's not going to done so quick. And the whole place mash up in our sister. So you have to know, say, some people get help already, some people house bill back already, but a whole heap left for bill still, you know?
But listen, Muta.
It's a process.
Muta, just when the hurricane let the Tuesday, by the Wednesday, the Cayman government, them there, them bring them relief where them to bring come. You understand? By the Wednesday, you know, that means that them are expected to go issued to give the people them, to ease the people them burden. And how much things come, and the people them to sleep out a door until January before and just start to show the things them to the people them. Suppose the private sector people them know that help the people them. And the artists and some other good people. Muta so Andrew get the things them. Him should have give them out. As him get them so, him give them out. Cause, you know, to store them at too much that. You understand? As him get them so, him just give them out. Him get them to give out all muffado. Whatever him get, and because it's not like the people them don't already see it and the people them don't need it.
Yeah, well, some people already feed still.
Eh?
Some people already feed.
Why?
Some people get food. Some people get water. You have other people get lumber and thing, you know them really. So it's a process, man. It's a fix back. It just now it's so it come like a weird thing, but
no man, me I say, Andrew no start the things. Them is not like him don't have them.
No, but you know say him not give out nothing.
You don't see it.
See what? You gonna know say him give it?
Yo, Muta, nobody not send out nothing so easy and I make it be know, you know. It's not like say you go and brag and boast about
them
it.
give some of the school them some wet name there, you know. Some of them call it generator.
And the Prime Minister, him a will call. Him should have do more than the people them.
Yeah.
And
it's a frustrating thing still.
Eh?
It's frustrating. And
then him come on the TV and I tell the people them say, it's not like the same people them on the TV are big and rare, but yet he's not doing nothing. And when the people them are give out things, them to slow down on the picture them. Because you know not there for him. You understand? The people them show them picture, that means that other people can help too. And that is a part of a man's resume too. You understand what I say?
Yes.
Yes. You must tell the people themselves to don't show them picture and them things. Why? And I give out the things them. You don't understand Andrew, you know. Right, the people we can't get water kind of easy. All them have to do is get some black dump, put them on the roadside, as far as where them can go, where them can reach, and them full them. That means that people will not say a ball so regular for water, no light.
How will if people get back light though?
Yeah, well, what will get back light?
The problem is now that they're going to raise light bill.
Them stop there again. We get to couple much money and lend them. And them say them want 400 more thousand. Yeah. And a whole people have shares in a JPS.
Oh?
So what to them, I say is a lot of people have shares in JPS.
Yeah.
So what to them people who have shares, them can't come to with some money. So it's just a thing. I say if them can't come with some You understand? Come with some funds, so.
Then them not come with funds and put it in a way them already if them have shares.
Oh.
If them have shares means that it's part of the process to get money from them, you know.
Yes, but what I'm saying, JPS want some more money and the government have to lend them 150 million.
Yeah, the government not in a position to lend them.
Yeah, but
government are part of the ownership, you know.
Mm-hmm. And then we have to go pay it back when them gone.
Them not go nowhere. Them are wait till they don't pay it before they left. Wait till they don't. So you stay, you stay now, you alright?
Yes, Muta, I'm kind of blessed still, you know?
You're blessed?
Yeah, man, we're blessed still. You know, everything are really so sweet. You understand?
Yeah.
Yes, you understand? Yeah, man.
And I'm glad for you still.
Yes, man. More time, I tell you, I have $1 billion business, you know, believe me, you know.
You have $1 billion business?
I said, no,
and you know, you depend on the Prime Minister and you have $1 billion business.
Me not depend on me not some business. More times, me have my business, man. Me not help all my people.
No, when you say you have $1 billion business.
Yes, Muta, when me start $1 million business, and I like say, me never see everything out there, Muta. The money I go towards my brothers and sisters, them to help them.
When you go start the business?
All right, now, Muta, I'm tell you something now. Me need a regular face. Somebody with them face kind of popular like all yearns, them voice and everything.
Yeah.
Because me go Muta, me want to make the people them know say I want to be the distributor of this product.
Watch out, my make Trump blow up your boat them, you know. You laugh. But you make Trump blow up your boat them, man.
No, Muta, my boat them just right on a Marcus Garvey Drive.
Okay.
So them can blow it up.
Me know you don't go on it still, you're going to send your work at them to go there, but I only think you're going to lose if you make them blow it up.
Muta go to the sea, you know. Them people still go to see them a fool.
Fool where?
No way them can't hide.
Oh, you know, some of them I know drug them at run.
Yeah, right? Son of that?
Them little boat, some of them little boat, they can't reach America from where them, man.
Trump is a wicked man. Me tell you, me tell you one time, I say, Trump try bring back the whole of them one control, the white people them one control, but the black people them. It's a colony. It's in them one put back the place and there, you know. Yeah. And them one control this and them because look now the two them know to the Venezuela Isle. At that Trump for the people them I want, you know.
Yeah.
The people them Isle. You understand?
And the
whole of Europe are racist. England are racist, you understand? And it's a racist thing in my golf right now. And that's why they did the other day when the election come up, Muta, I vex all them who vote for the lady. The black people in matter, but because you have a lot of them vote for
them sorry now, though.
You understand? Muta, somebody a rule over you for how much years. And only not come to the sense and know, so no, we black people get a chance. Obama make it. And then this lady a come now. All when she now come with nothing, vote for her, just want to know that black person.
You know, see, Jamaica stay the same way too.
Eh?
You know, see, Jamaica stay the same way too. All the people, them, politicians, them, treat them so and look, them still have vote for them.
Oh, but no, Muta, that one kind of different.
What different about it?
Listen, Muta, this was a black and white thing.
Yeah, but we talk about black and black thing now.
Well, them can't do what they want to do because if it was too white, I wouldn't have nothing to say. But imagine it's a black and white thing. The people have over for much 500 and more years. And you want them still a rule?
Then them not still a rule, man.
We can't get to go in at the house. No more time, if we get to go in at the house, we could get to change a lot of things. Because the first thing, the white police, them, I shoot down the black youth, them too much, and I tell lie on them.
But them do that in Jamaica too.
True, that's still.
No, Jamaica, them do it too. You don't say police, murder gone down. Less murder. Them no count the one where the police them shoot illegally, you know.
Them say at 296 persons
200 police shooting since years. How much of them out there? How much of them are murder? How much of them the police them shoot illegally? We don't know.
Muta, me say a youth in a car, him sit down up in the car and I think him two friends them in the front dead. And the police, them have the man, they have the man, them Muta, until me don't know them go with them next thing you hear to the man dead.
Yeah.
Them shoot the youth on the way and kill him.
Well, that me say, them say murder gone down by about 40%, but them not count the people them who the police them murder. Because them don't know how much of them get murder. Because them not have no camera for sure say the police shoot man deliberately or what.
Muta, you remember what they have Muta? Them say man escape in a bushes. Escape in a bushes. Nowadays, man a pint gun, man a pint.
Yeah, the man stop escape in a bush, them a fire back the gun, shot them. And are dead. Them
police just, them don't know, but them are the best. Muta, you know, say, me never tell you about Muta. Some murder, they have to investigate by them police, and I don't know, nobody else not see it, Muta.
But me tell you, them see it, man, really nobody not see it. You think you want to see it, man?
No,
them see it,
Muta not. The murder, Muta, a different set of murder me I talk about. Well, only when they were come news.
Okay.
No one was come. No one come.
But you don't know what talk to me.
You don't know them people Muta.
Okay.
Muta, when you hear this, you are going to shock yourself. Trust me and believe it.
All right, Mama. Give thanks.
All right, brother. Take care.
Yeah, Muta.
Better man.
What going, man?
Cutting edge.
Yeah. Muta. I don't know, but the people I don't know what the people want, Muta. People continue to support the two party. We're not working for them. So the people will continually suffer, you know what I mean? Because the two administration mean them no good. And it's all about Alibaba and the 63 thief.
So which are them Alibaba?
All of them.
All of them Alibaba?
Yeah, the whole of them, the two administration.
So which one is 63 thief then? So what is 63 thief?
The whole of them.
So them are Alibaba and them are 63 thief too?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because the cancer motor, the people them must feel it because this thing with them calling inflation still have the people them mental slavery has gone to Bob Marley. Bob Marley never lie when he said that. Because you work and you get your little money, your minimum wage, and before you get it, it's done. Because inflation take it away from you, and these two administration is doing nothing to fix that. 3 years. So when you look through the whole system, it'll benefit them.
So you vote?
No.
Oh, you don't vote?
No, I don't vote. Years now, I don't vote because Michael Manley was my prime minister because,
okay.
Right, you know, what Mr. Michael do,
in the past. None of them youth will come forward. Present. No do nothing like what him do.
So what you think we can turn it round?
Eh?
What you think we can turn it round?
Well, all who did it, all right. It's like how the teacher write the sentence on the blackboard, and you the students write it off. The following morning, she take a duster and clean off the whole of that, and come with something fresh. Now them present money. These two administration here want to get rid of them. All of them.
Oh, you want to get rid of them?
Boy, I don't know. It look like we have to go work a miracle. Because if you don't get rid of them, the system will remain same way stagnant.
So you wait for a miracle?
You understand me? So I don't know who can rise up in this country or how it will work to get rid of these two administration. To start something fresh. I see a brother that wanna rise one third party there in the election gone. But nobody no pay him no mind.
Yeah, man, him to get some vote, man.
You understand me?
Him to get some vote.
Why the people in mind sick motor? Because the people moving rise up and forget about them people here. I agree, so some of the people is benefiting heavy from the two party, you know. I agree, because I think they call them handout. You know what I mean? They are benefiting heavy from the two party. That is just minority, but majority of the people now benefit. So I don't know where majority of the people are do. Them just some of the separation and the stagnant living and the depression are going same way.
Them are gays, man.
Yeah. Because I tell you already upon this program here, you have 3 infrastructure lead to development, road, light and water, and none of the 2 administration no fix that all up till today.
Yeah.
So the people, it look to me like it's a mindset, like if you're born and come up in a stagnant life and you never experience a better life, you're still comfortable with that stagnant life, come right up.
It feels like no better.
Yes, you can break yourself. Yeah, you can find yourself, move away or find yourself wanting better. You still carry your water upon your head same way in your community and you're comfortable with that. You still have a bad road same way and you're comfortable with that. You still have a dark road where street light not there, and when rain fall, you're laying muddy and you're comfortable with that because you don't know a better life.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm going to beg you play a music for me now. When I hear music, then lie. Then come in with the next election, I don't know why.
Them not come to an election, you know. 5 years time, they will come with it.
Me know, but why you play the music there? They lie. The one of them lie, man. Not even the election, like, thing they like the party night, we say, they lie. Yeah, man.
All right, sir.
Yes, me I hear you.
No, me say, I'm going to play it.
Yeah, man, play it, man. Man, them too lie, man. You know, see the man, them big, rich. Them is rich half of people. A matter of fact, before we go, I see a couple of back, them what? Them take, what them say them want 300% raise on them pay.
Then them not get it, man?
Yes. But apart from them get it, Jamaican people no know, say, them being overtaxed. Which part of the money come from that they can want 300 or 200%?
Oh, no, come from the people, them collect from the people, them. No money
right,
them collect from the people, them,
overtaxed. The people them being overtaxed. That they can get 300% for doing nothing at all. Absolutely nothing at all, and people still blind and along the way in them blind state.
Mm-hmm. All right, sir.
I saw I go move. Anyway, I'm going to play the music. I'm not. Hello.
Listen.
What's up? Greetings, Mota. Morning.
Morning.
First, I want,
said my look how much to the great O.C. Jimmy Cliff. Boy, it's a beautiful service. I watch some of it and hear some of it.
Did it come on TV?
Yes, man. And them have it live. You know?
Nice presentation, man. Beautiful.
Boy, turn out well, you know. Check that, boy. To the almost big like Bob. Though Bob still have a little more over him.
No, man.
I say Bob is bigger, well, for true. Because all when I watch Bob clip them all on the road, people I know.
No, man.
Police
No,
have their cars.
Yeah, no funeral
Right,
never there, you know. It's a tribute, you know.
Yeah. But it's like the new modern day thing them I see them do, you know. I see them do. I think Cocotti get something similar the other day. Nobody just picture and tributes, happy thing. No, some people don't want to be burdened by because them a cry, you know, and stuff. So, yes, man, good. And I bring nice coverage 1 and 2. Quick me get to hear what I go on the inside too. Otherwise from visual.
Yeah,
yes, I but want to jump on 2 things first because right now the people them about but never come put little ball into because boy the man them after JPS do it so wicked man and the man them
7%.
Well, may I tell you, I yesterday may I talk to, you know, on another program and I say, before the storm even come, we like gone, you know, and we appear right through there. Yeah, tell me, say the man would have sit down and fold them and say, then can't do nothing unless they get $3 million US.
3 million US them talk about?
Yeah. And then what's this now?
200 million.
No, 350.
150 million up front.
Where government, over government say them can't lend them.
Yeah.
But them say it need 3. So the government say, what if them put 150? Them say maybe. See, but me never sure if we get no surety if we say when them give them the 150, them will go find it. So probably
them
no.
Say
the
take 11 months to get back to the right thing.
Yeah, but when am I going to get the rest of the money there? I know I'm going to hear them come out some time.
Teach it from the people, them, what you mean?
Then the tax list now, the percent, when them put on like 1 week after Darrell Val say I'm going to give them a thing. Saying, boy, I don't know, I hope, I don't know, the man saying reduce the life now so we can get more deal in other place we can reduce, so. I don't know if that is a lie or just a carrot.
It's when them come out and make pronouncement round the corner, they might do something different, you know.
True, but true is a man when more time he make word, him stand on it little, you know, because
that's why I don't work, because I stand up on it.
I see, with the boss thing, I hear up on the radio, see me, but at least we get a little thing where we could have say, do it did cost your arm and a leg. You see? I don't know. The thing now, when I look at now, Maduro now and America, Muta, you know, feel say like old man under some pressure. So him should have stepped back instead of draw down the fire upon himself.
Draw down what?
The attention and that.
Not draw down nothing upon himself, Rasta.
But Muta for the love of the people.
You're going to blame the man who have pressure. Before you blame the man who have pressure, you blame the pressured. But
me I turn from this about me I say I start with him first. Say, well then if you come under this kind of thing and it may cost you, it may cost him in a motor, you know, America.
No, go somewhere, you know. Because a man threaten your house, you go run left it.
You know, I go run left it, but alright then, if you have a kid in a class motor and he might get picked on, just you can't maybe deal with all of the bully them, you know, but you can move him to make a difference with reduction, you know. So you could have moved him and say, well then I talk to the teachers and my son a complain, so move him up. Now in terms of the way I know, every minute they must say, yeah, do this, yeah, do that, yeah, do that. They must say, and them send all the first set of shipment and so. You know, I start shape up on camera to make them know, say, well, I'm going to step down, you know, my baby and say, reset the system. We don't want to vote for Putin because they must say, I make we say if in them one are the goal and the eye.
Oh, you know, say the people. So wait, you know, it must step down for prove if them want goal or what, or a drug.
Yeah, because if him step down and them still have sanctions Venezuela and run down.
Oh, we will get back in power.
stow it, man, because if them don't TNT in a motor.
No, if them a say, is either the aisle or the drugs. So when them step down for proof, when I prove to who, I prove. Them a prove what to who.
Say more time, violence no cause for anyone. Sometimes you have to give up your
violence, Bridget.
They are greater good. But if stop the bombing of your people, them motor.
Oh, you know, say them go stop bombing. With them, they stop it when them going to Iraq.
They say you have a point. No.
Them stop it when them going to Libya.
But then no.
Them stop it in Israel.
No, it never.
Then where you tell the man must stop? The man must give up him country for what?
Well, boy, I don't know.
So the brother Zelensky must give up him country to Russia too.
No, me never say that. Me never. But
you're not the same thing, man. Not the same thing.
No, man.
Well,
it's different,
man.
The
same thing.
Because America more have a weight behind it than Russia, you know. See, even Ukraine get help from America for stand up.
Yeah, we don't tell them not get America. What me I say, you want Ukraine for let go.
If America crush your motor and you have enemy, it's harder for you at times, you know. You
so
know
we
that
know. So
the war.
No, Bridget. Oh, the man sounds so Rasta.
Me just tell me
say no, a country I try colonize your country and you must just start left him with it.
So then, all right, then what you feel that be the better resolution now? No, that's America surround the country now.
Surround, then a whole heap of country them surround over years. You ever see America winning a war yet?
Well, no.
Tell me which war America win? Them go to Vietnam. Them winning a war in Vietnam.
No. Yeah, go there. Them are vicious, you know.
So me have my house, so no, and me and my wife and my people them in here. And because I'm not trip, me know me go run left my house.
If
and
you
keep my
realize
wife for everybody.
Because your family trouble, you know, move your family them bossy.
And go where?
And you can't afford to, you know.
No, Bridget.
But one all the while, man. More time.
No, me not take them talk there, you know.
All right, boss. Me not say if you take it, me just say.
That's why we can't get nowhere because you say, all right, Jamaica now. So I say now, if Russia come and say no on the side, say they're going to take over Jamaica now. Just give them it and make them go on with it.
No, we go watch. Say if them say them want them government to leave because them in a corruption. Where them fi do?
No, that's what them I say.
But
we must decide if them corrupt or not them. Them must decide.
But look we know what we can do.
So what you gonna do? You gonna take you gonna make a man bully you, bully the big man, the man with the biggest balls. Him run the thing.
I don't say bully Muta, but one get
bully. They don't say a bully America, bully everybody.
A bully still, a bully that.
A bully America, bully everybody, Rasta.
For true. But
and where the man talk about, man?
Sometimes, no, but you have to
Russia bully, Russia bully
Ukraine.
Zelensky them. You know, say them bully them.
Yeah, just like how Israel that the Palestine.
Man said liberty are dead, Rasta, so it go.
Madura said, no blood for oil. See, boy, I don't know, but me just see that thing that in my mind. I wonder if him step down, you know, probably the pressure would ease.
Oh, you know that? Oh, you know that the pressure will ease?
But them never ever bring no bomb and no ship and come down and come take where the much I long.
No, but you know, yeah, that means the man them a pirate, you know, so say America a pirate.
Me know, yeah, what they know. I said, me know that notion there said maybe them can't be trusted in that way.
No, because a man this plan, you must take over your country and thief your oil and thief your resources now. You must just let go on with it.
No, I go see me. I put up the defense first, but the higher road, no, you have a thing named higher road.
No, you not put up the defense, man. You just say take it because you don't want people there. Take it.
Well, yeah, I go on my family. Me have to go run where me.
If I saw you go the whole time with a still shackles and chain. You know much man come dead for this Rasta Paul Bogle.
Oh, yeah. Nah, say we give up the fight.
Marcus Garvey.
All right, though. Look on this now. Burkina Faso up on the list now of banned country, you know. Nigeria. The man put couple more on the list.
You see the man tell him to come do what I do there, that's what I got. You know, see Nigeria now, him and Nigeria in an argument.
But you hear what the man say? So them said to the man say, so what you going to do with them island now? Him say, well, I'm going to keep it.
Yes, so we must know. Well, so what now?
I would have feel back to my first argument. So I say because you know them a go proceed more now upon him, and we in the Caribbean them a go Mike let's start feel it because the rest of them.
So what that means? So must fight against Venezuela then?
No, we must try come out and take we out of the lion mouth. Oh, we are gonna do it.
We not in a lion mode. You see the Prime Minister say nothing. Them not in a lion mode. Them don't take up for America already.
Then they feel say we safe out there, but too with the pan America.
Safe, we not safe nowhere.
Then they feel America have more business in Venezuela than Jamaica. Where them
yeah, but we not safe nowhere. We are about safe. Them all come to, you know where them all come next? Cuba.
And then, yes sir.
Yeah, Cuba them all come. So what you going to do? What you going to do about it? What you going to do about it? They also make them go on, right?
No. The universe now got allow it, you know.
Which universe? And the people them look up the universe, you know what I mean? Universe. Universe
yeah,
are fight anybody.
Then people, yeah, then we then watch now. You know, say by the time them him would have finished to get to Cuba, them would have take away power from him. If him go and see me as chumps.
Watch out.
Most of the universe now allow wickedness for long, man. Huh?
No, that's what you are saying.
I love man.
Which universe? Where the universe? You talk. Where you talk when you say universe?
What do you mean? The
people.
Like
you got some religious thing.
No, me I talk earthly being. Me I talk like you'd have say the universal energy. All right.
What is the universal energy?
Me I talk about more than one people standing up out there in earth and say, we not like how you deal with this.
Yeah, but you not say that. You not say that. But you not say that.
In terms of education and intelligence. What do me to say?
No, you say why? Baby, try to give the man a plate thing.
Yeah. No, I'm going to say, game. I said, this man here, where the man a follow up, need for just step aside little.
Step aside and go where?
Just, all right then. Just like out here more time when I'm under
how much million dollars them upon him head? $15 million, $10 million them upon him head?
About that.
Yeah, so where you say, where must go?
And for that now, him will lose him assets and him house. And maybe him loved ones too, motor. Him one can't stand up and do that, and he remember say he was a single sailor over there.
So you feel nobody, him was not soldier over there. Him not have soldier over there.
Him have forgot use him reserve, forget link.
Show me which war America win.
No, but watch this. Watch this. Even Ukraine, you see? He must go get help from somebody. So
the Chinese are going to help him.
Yeah, you have a thing named G8 in the motor.
The Chinese and the Russians are going to help him.
No, that man said maybe.
Yeah, but where you saying the man must step back?
Motor, if he must say himself, said no blood for the gas. See?
Yeah, that means him not give up. It means him not give up him oil for nothing.
So that means, and then him said that him knows the man the bloody. Him knows that I got car seat. So between the lot of good way away, I go pick now for your people. Well, them have to decide. If them decide to fight it out, you know, it's a rough. But me not hear
always rough, Richard.
No fighter jet. Me not hear them have them have to start.
No, you have said that. You have said them have no fighter jet. What you talk about, Richard?
Well, no, when you say that, me, I have to go mind where we are talking. Say I'm mind. They call them a listen, you know. So they might say, okay. So
yeah, but you see, that means you afraid now. You afraid now. You start afraid already. I say, hang up the phone.
All right, boss. Tomorrow.
Yeah.
Hello?
Yes, blessed. Speak.
Yeah, motor. Good night, sir.
Good night.
Yeah, man, you know, a resident from Spring Hill district. I have a burning problem. I would like to highlight to it.
Well, you can highlight it now, man. You know, they're on the radio.
Hello?
You're on the radio, man. Highlight it, man.
Yeah, man, you know the spring, it named Spring Hill at the district off Barry Road.
Off where?
Barry Road in St. Catherine. Bagua.
Yeah, well, I'm to it.
They have a spring up there, seeing where the community use.
And them dry it up.
The people, man, the politician people, them black it up, both, man. Take it away from the people, them clean the district, man. cover it, so them run water in the district, and them make one big concrete over it. Them keep meat now, so them gonna make a tank, pump the water in it, and now them just come cover it.
Block it.
Yeah, the people them in the district now have no access to it again.
So why them do it? Why them do it?
I said them are going to try pump water in the district motor, but them take where the spring they can. No big people, no, them make a thing and you have to go down in it with a wall. Through a little wall, go take up the water. No elder, no picnic can use it.
So how long now it a go on so? How long it a go on so?
And you know I'm about 2 years now, but them just cover it. Them they talk about it, so them are going to build a tank, the MP, and keep on meeting and the people, but through the people up there, one set of people, them just... Me start up and watch it, because I say, all of them are one and them it a hurt, but it a hurt all me too now, man. You can't use it right now, them pump some cement in it, a base cement, you can't use the water again, nothing. The other day, them build up it and the rain fall and it's full. And the people them in it a bathe and a wash, and they nearly wash with the people them picnic a bus out, you know, at the ground, you know. Yeah, big thing, and them just cover it, the people them just sit down upon it like them just see it all. Nothing, so I call you and say, mother like you, I like you. So many
place there?
Springvale district in a Bagwalk.
Springvale. Vale or Dale?
Dale, Springvale.
Spell Dale, spell it.
Vale, V-A-L-E. Vale, Springvale.
D-A-L-E.
Yeah, Vale.
Vale, V-A-L-E.
Yeah.
Alright, Springvale in a Bagwalk.
Yes, man.
Alright.
Spring take away boots and me sit down the Sunday and I watch a little pit and them come a river and a cement. You have to take up from ground and a years it did where the place named Springvale because of the spring. Yeah. And now me say the politician them cover it. Me say me never see nothing like that.
Them do with Constant Spring too. Them no lock out the spring. I could have run underground now. Constant Spring. Yeah, all right. I'll be trying to remember to talk about it tomorrow.
Yes,
again,
sir. I listen to your program over 30 years now, and I first me ever call in about that way. So
you have a problem?
Yes, man. The thing hurt me. I want to tell you that I should not even have said this. I said that spring they make me rich, Buddha.
Make you rich?
Rich.
Where do you sell water?
Buddha, I do wash out the spring and talk to the Almighty and pray I'm rich, Buddha.
By doing what? You sell the water?
No, Buddha, sell no water.
So how you get rich off it?
Buddha, I just buy one number and I say the number play, I'm rich. I don't have to say nothing more. I don't have to say this. But the thing
you know what I'm questioning it, no, I say it. What you say
no, I know I go, man, that's why I'm not even want to say that. I don't want everybody to know.
But you say it already?
Yeah, me say it already, man. That's a truth, man.
But you don't want to say no more. That's what you say. You don't want to say no more.
Yeah, me don't want to say no more.
All right, sir. Give time.
And the lady I say, after 2 years, now, if I know, we have to stop our program and read. But it not help the people in my district, Buddha.
You know you get rich off fight. You get tell the people
yeah,
how to get rich.
Yeah, but them no know. Them no know.
They don't tell them, man.
The secret.
They don't tell them.
Me wash out the spring. Me always keep it the spring clean. You know, me wash it. Me go down there, me alone every time I me clean it.
Well, if you tell them how to get rich off fight, brethren.
Then they not see Buddha. I don't like me hide. Then see, you know, everybody.
Let them see how you get rich?
But then, of course, man, me not hide, man. I don't like me run around, me do nothing.
So you get rich by washing it out?
Yes, that me do not do nothing else. Just keep it clean, man.
All right, I hope them are listening.
Yeah, Muta.
Bless him, how you doing, man?
Yeah, man, good Muta. Glad to get you. Let me just get this off quick. Me love to deal with the covered food, you know. I talk about Maduro, give up on them thing there and run with that thing. You see how the guy is liking? If it was for him,
it bored me so hard.
All people that are still in the chains and slavery business, you know.
It bored me. It bored me when I say it, you know.
Me know it burn you just like how it burn me to man like a furnace, man. And some look a coward boy, them.
May I ask him, if me watch America winning the war?
People in that slavery, you know. Eh? Eh?
Yeah, man. No, me say, may I ask me if me watch America winning the war?
Exactly. Vietnam, Afghanistan, Somalia. Remember them have to run out of Somalia? Eh? Hmm? A cowards like them. You know, the reason that we have to get rid of, you know. Because them are the traitor them we inform pan I and I as Pan-Africanist and thing, you know. Eh?
I hope people listen. I hope people listen to you. I hope people listen to you.
Eh?
I hope people listen to you.
No, I hope people listen to man. A coot like them, they we have to get rid of coot them like them, man. And them is always the traitor we sell out, man. I encourage cowardness and them thing there. You know, say, even in the British Army, for example, if you preach them kind of negative thing there in time of war, them execute you under what them call disaffection because you have spread cowardness and fear.
Mm.
And the Romans used to do it, you know.
Yeah.
And Shaka in the Zulu. Any Zulu soldier will turn back on the battlefield. Instructions they fi kill them right on the battlefield, you know. Because you can't win if you have cowards. You understand? The boy they fi move and go, man, and I like him, man. Me vex. Muta, you know the words them when me really want to say. You know.
Yeah.
But you know. You know? Oh, cool. Boy fi go, man, and mass. See? Listen. You know, you talk about Zelensky regime. Remember Zelensky come in. It's a CIA coup we put in Zelensky, you know.
Yeah, me remember.
Because the government that was in before was friendly with Russia, you know.
Yeah.
And the CIA, the US put in Zelensky and I use NATO. Because it's a proxy war, you know. It's NATO really a fight Russia, you know, using thing there. And right you know, in Britain, there's a strike by the doctors. Guess why, Muta? Because the boy, Keir Starmer, refusing to pay the doctors the money where them supposed to get paid. But him have billions with him giving to Zelensky regime in Ukraine.
Yeah.
Billions. But claims him don't have no money. And him also have money where him a give to the Israelis, them we are going with things.
America get Argentina money.
And Gaza. Eh?
America get Argentina money.
Eh?
Argentina. America get Argentina money too, and they say them not no money in America they for do certain thing.
Exactly. Them not no money and our people are sovereign states, but them a give money to Argentina. It's lie. And I want to tell you, you see, just like how the one who owns it, who you call Baby Trump, want try bringing in this spy system from people to control people like a dictatorship with them NIDS thing. Them have a firm in the States where Trump used to do that, you know, trying to do that near Palantir, Palantir. And what it is a racist system with them want to use biometrics and everything to have all details from people in the States so that
hello?
If them not like to penalize you and for go in your bank account and take out your money and that type of thing. And them kind of thing there. And this is why we do not want this biometric digital thing, because it's a tool of dictatorship to control individuals, and that's why they want to get rid of cash, you know, because if you have cash, then you can spend money differently. But when it's them controlled through the digital system, then you at their mercy. Your money in your bank account is no longer your money. You know, all in China where them do that too. If you jaywalk, you know, walk on the street as you know thing. Them take out your money out of your bank account. Fine. Without your permission, eh?
Yeah, well, them say it's a crime you commit, so them have a right to take it out.
Exactly. No, but you know, say, me and you, Muta, no politician needs to be trusted. Because from them no like you, them say you commit a crime and thing. No politician, whether in Jamaica, Britain, no country, must be trusted to see about the welfare of the people. It's we, the people, have to monitor and make sure that we get what we deserve as people. As Marcus Garvey said in a philosophy and opinions, government must be an expression of the will of the people. Politicians not supposed to be our masters. Them supposed to be our servants. And people in Jamaica not to sit back and allow no digital biometric thing. Because it's a tool of dictatorship. If you want to know.
They are cut out. Gone, gone. Why, Bridget and I hear you again? I lock him lock off. Shane him lock off?
They're on the line, but no connection.
No connection. I did.
May I say the caller before what it said them I listen to it. Look like him serious, man.
Him call back?
No.
No violence we deal with, I love we employ.
Yeah.
Good day.
Good night.
Good night and to the rest of the world.
All right, sir.
And Mota, so many times you play some clip here, and people that feel like say, we are rest and now you are playing clip there. But something university, in all university in Jamaica in the world, will never show you this one in the Bible. Because the Bible I can't even call it. The Bible reveal against itself, or rebel against itself, And
but the thing the way you may play now, years me have said them thing,
Yeah.
It's just that now them start to come out on TikTok and YouTube and
yeah.
Years we have said them something now.
Me know that, man.
I know new thing we have come up with.
Me know that, But one thing in the Bible where university never read at no time, none of university to the world. Because the Bible rebel against the said Bible, listen now, people. When the Bible, look for Psalms 18 and the 30 verse, I see what I tell you. I'm going to read it. I can't say it by myself. It says, as for God, his ways are perfect, and the word of the Lord is to be tried. That means, say, not true of God, you must just take the word and swallow it. Mm-hmm. Right? And I said Bible,
Yeah.
I rebel against the said Bible.
Yeah.
As me I say, university never see this one to show you no time at all. That's why
you must test God words.
Huh?
That is I tell you must test the words of God. Test it.
Yeah, you must try the word. Right? That means you must just swallow the word so. Right? Because that's why some part in the Bible me a little say for one program for some time. When you say, and God said, right? That means a two person, So when God made the light, the person right say, and when God see the light, God said that was good.
Yeah, that means God has said.
Well, you know what that sentence coming like to me now? Because you have your youth and you go and go cook. And you cook some soup for your youth, then taste and say, Daddy, the soup tastes good. Because you know, say you're going to be good for the youth, them taste it, free taste good. Not true, sir? But look at the sentence now. And when God see the light, God said that it was good.
He said it was good. And I make it. He's supposed to make it. And him a marvel over it.
As you say, there's so many contradictions. Listen again too. I don't fight against the Bible, but Mr. I forgot to my time, I tell you the truth, Yeah. Listen now. They say God take how much days I make you hurt.
6 days.
Yes, and he led on by 7 days. So when you get the 7 days from that, I say, God have an extension.
God have what? Where's the God have?
All right, he led on by 7 days. He never work hard the 7 days after make the 7 days, no, so sir?
Tired.
Then when he get the 7 days, young pan, and he know work on the 7 days, and the 7 days after make the 7 days.
Eh?
Yeah.
I don't understand what I said, though. Tell me what I say.
All right. Them say God take 6 days to make the earth.
And on the 7th day, rest.
And they lie down for the 7th day, work the 7th day. Then how the 7th day make? Can 7th day after the 7th day? Yeah. That means it look like a next station.
That's what I say. For the 7th day rest, I never make no 7th day.
Good.
A 6th day rest. And stop make on the 6th day.
And you say you stop work.
And then come back and then on the 7th day rest.
When they work done to make the 7th day.
Why can't I no easy, you know, that's
Buddha.
It's a simple thing, it's a simple thing.
Well, I know. What do you call the program, you know? You know, say, people who say, boy, it's a king, boy, you know, easy, you know. Because even this thing I know, you see, Buddha, I'll tell you something I know. You remember that thing that we talk about? Say, well, then, Trumps no have no fixed address, no white man have no fixed address. All right. There are some people cross this, you see. And I call one of my family one day at the workplace. I'm out the same thing we talk on the program, you know. I see thing people they are talking on a big thing in the workplace, you know.
Yeah.
Right? Say, you know if you come talk to me because I boss my talk to someone say, why? Say, look here, you don't know fixed address here. Right? We are born American, black American. Our address fixed in America and Africa, this and that. You know see it. At the bottom, I tell someone, and my boss, I white it. Right?
No, Bridget.
Yeah.
I still laugh about the 7th day thing. I still laugh about the 7th day. So
all right. Listen again, no motor. Listen again.
For the night.
Listen, the part I know. God said, do not commit adultery, right?
Yeah.
And Mary did with Joseph's wife. Not so?
Mary did with Joseph's wife?
Yeah. Read the first part that people look at the first part that Matthew.
Mary did with Joseph's wife?
Joseph, all right, God.
Joseph, right? There with God, there with Joseph's wife.
Yeah. Right, I remember I said Mary was...
Yeah, God, there with Joseph's wife.
Spouse. The Bible says spouse, everything, you know, say, you understand, and then now, after God get Mary pregnant, right? God call a meeting between Mary and Moses. No, I'm Joseph.
Joseph, and tell him to don't tell nobody.
Boss, do. Make it be between the three of us. Now make sure become a publican.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Nobody write her no return on divorce.
Yeah.
Right? So God go back on the word. Not true. And he said do not commit adultery. Right?
Yeah.
So me I say no, as some clipping parody to a biblical clipping, you know, she much back to everything as you know. As me I say people always say about the Moses Joseph and God. Read the first part of St. Matthew and see what I tell you. You understand?
All right,
so,
sir.
Muta.
I go and hold on the 7 day thing, though. I go and hold on a while there.
All right, that part I know. You remember the Indian war with the white man? How would they win the war? The white man never did win. With the boy
on the war.
The boy on the war, the white man them in a Mexican land. They never win the war, not true. With the boy on the road, and they carry gun.
Oh, you mean the native them, the Native American?
Yes, right. You're right, bro. The native them, because they got what, you know. The white man and the native, they got what, and them say only the native have the rights of the land.
Yeah.
So you see, the guys, them still not no fixed address. So when we want every Indian in this world to do, you know, come together and to run off every white man off of the native land that is the Mexican land go straight to Canada.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, man. Every
them
Indian.
Them can't do that.
Well, I know, man. Then we take them and get them off of in Africa. So we get little by little this. Then got court, you know. And they win the court.
Working up for so Nigeria look like them go at war though.
Well, as me I say, me no want Africa against Africa.
Because me I tell you, say the two of them go at war because a plane land there with some 11 man on it and it don't look like a ordinary plane, and when name the Shari hold on upon the man them and say they might investigate them, and the Nigerians say, why better send back the man them and his head go pop. And when they say, well, watch you know. Let them go and tell me proof, say.
You see what Shari do you know? What Shari do you know? He can't take. Not even say, well then, not even not speak. Not even one speck of the smallest ready fall. So he must keep his eyes open. I'm out here. You sit down in that chair right here, so now. You look hard for your guy, come tell you, say, running panya, say, I'm coming off of this program here. No, you know, I am here. So security is security. You must secure your place. You can't be open. That's today. Charity never running by nobody. I'll spend nothing for over there. That's all.
Yeah, man, him running pan a man and take away the country, man. Away at the man.
See him?
A coup put him there, you know.
Huh?
A coup a man and put him there, you know.
All right. Don't me say no.
Anyway, we have to move that door.
All right. Tradition here, sir.
Yeah, all right. Yes, we have a day with you. From 2 o'clock. We left 2 and we are going to come back again at 2. You know them way there? Called a stepping razor. Thursday, totally different program.
And now the details. The Jamaica Public Service has reiterated that the 7% increase in electricity bills to customers is due to changes in fuel type and cost amid Hurricane Melissa. There has been public outrage about the increase from the opposition, expressing concern about the legitimacy of JPS's claim, and one section of the regular LNG was not available and JPS had to rely on more expensive fuel. Ms. Williams also pointed out that the JPS is shielding customers from the real increase.
I very importantly want to add that this 7% is not, how shall I put it, JPS is shielding its customers from the real increase. That was not the real increase. So the fuel cost was much, much higher. However, what we did was we approached our regulators and we said, look, we don't want to pass this through to the public all at one time. Okay, so we have learned some lessons from our past. Last year with Beryl, I believe there was an increase afterwards of 16%. Shielding the customer. This 7% is within the bands of what is normal in terms of our up and down movement.
Mm-hmm.
Had we
Is it that you're going to apply it at a later date?
Right. So we're smoothing it out so that the customer at the end of the day doesn't feel like anything different has happened.
She said the aim is to have customers not feel overwhelmed by the fluctuations.
And you see the word you use, brace themselves. That's exactly what we are trying to do. We're trying not to have the kind of impact where you feel like, geez, I'm going to have to brace feet. We're trying our best not to have that experience for the customer.
Right.
So that is the whole objective of it. That as it goes up and down, it feels like something that would have been happening from the start of the year. It feels normal. So we're trying as best as possible to smooth it out in a way that you're having a relatively normal experience. If it do go up, maybe by $600-$700, maybe $1,000 if you're one of the bigger users, or if you're a really big user, maybe $1,500. I want to say really big, like maybe like a 350 kilowatt hours for the month or so. But we are trying our best to make it, if your consumption is consistent, you're not doing anything too different, then you shouldn't see,
any
radically different changes in your. That is the whole objective, to shield and protect our customers. We understand where everybody's minds and,
yes. We panic quick and fast when we hear about increase.
We're trying to work. No, man, we are working with our customers, We're working with the customers.
JPS Public Relations Manager Audrey Williams speaking with DJ Amber. And the Office of Utilities Regulation says the 7% increase on November electricity bills is necessary to help sustain the recovery of the Jamaica Public Service following disruptions caused by Hurricane Melissa. The adjustment follows the announcement that customers will see higher bills this month due to increased fuel and independent power producer costs after Hurricane Melissa. Speaking at a press briefing yesterday, OUR Director General Ainsworth Hewitt explained that while the OUR is mindful of avoiding bill shocks for customers, the current period is exceptionally challenging. Mr. Hewitt acknowledged that many customers' ability to pay has been affected, but stressed that the adjustment is also critical to maintaining JPS's cash flow and ensuring a faster and more sustainable recovery of the electricity system.
So to avoid bill shocks to customers, JPS, in consultation with OUR, has opted to defer some of the increase in fuel and IPP costs and recover it by spreading it out over the coming months. We are in a very difficult period. When JPS notified us of the possible increase, we work with them to ensure how we could smooth it out. But the question is, how do we make it manageable? Hence the decision for 7% now. But again, we're not in normal times. Everybody has been squeezed. People are facing extreme difficulties. It is a difficult time all around, and the customer's ability to pay has been significantly impaired. The company's ability, cash flow, has also been significantly impaired, and that cash flow is also necessary to help sustain the recovery. So we are in a difficult situation. We have to strike the balance, and I think we have made a judgment that this is the right balance that we should strike at this point.
OUR Director General Anson Hewitt. Meantime, the Jamaica Public Service has welcomed international line workers who are in the island to support the company's restoration strategy following Hurricane Melissa. Over 100 additional line workers from the United States and Canada arrived over the past 2 days. On Monday, over 60 line workers arrived from the recently contracted company Greystone Utility Services of Canada, while on Tuesday, another set of over 40 line workers from Tempest Energy landed, joining their colleagues, some of whom have been in Jamaica for just before the hurricane. The JPS said these arriving teams represent a significant boost in field resources focused on repairing and rebuilding damaged electricity infrastructure, now mainly in hardest hit western parishes. The new line workers are being immediately deployed to join the restoration teams in these parishes. Another contingent of workers from Greystone arrives in the island this evening. Approximately 180 Greystone personnel in total are expected in the country this week. Together with the Tempest crews, which now total approximately 210, these teams will work alongside local JPS personnel and contractors and Caribbean partners to accelerate restoration activities. JPS said it's happy for the additional boots on the ground and is assuring its customers who are still without power that it will continue to do everything possible to restore supply as quickly and as safely as possible. 90 emergency shelters remain activated across 7 parishes, accommodating displaced residents following Hurricane Melissa in October. They are situated in Trelawney, Manchester, St. Elizabeth, Hanover, Westmoreland, St. James, and St. Anne, housing 942 individuals. This was disclosed by Director of Hazard Mitigation and Risk Management in the Ministry of Local Government, Philippa Ricketts Edmond. She was speaking during a briefing by the National Emergency and Operations Center at the Office of Disaster Preparedness and Emergency Management, ODPEM, in Kingston on Monday. She reported that 736 individuals are being accommodated in schools, 81 in community centers, and 104 in churches. Mrs. Ricketts Edmond further indicated that of the 90 shelters, comprising 59 schools, 16 community centers, and 15 churches, Westmoreland accounts for the largest number of displaced residents, with 479 occupying 30 facilities. She added that St. Elizabeth has the second highest shelter population, with 167 persons, and they also have the widest distribution across schools, community centers, and churches. For Trelawney, she indicated that 125 persons are being accommodated at the Hague Primary School Centre. Mrs. Ricketts Edmond also highlighted conditions in Manchester. 2 persons are at the Content Community Centre due to rising water that has affected the Content community. The director further noted that 3 additional facilities fall under the category of other. They include the Sturgeon Library in St. Anne and the Drop-In Centre in Hanover. The Michael University College has launched a Christmas outreach initiative aimed at bringing comfort, joy, and tangible support to children in communities across Western Jamaica who continue to feel the harsh effects of Hurricane Melissa. As part of this effort, the university is inviting members of the public, corporate partners, alumni, churches, and civic organizations to contribute toys and gifts for distribution to children in need. The initiative was formally announced by President Dr. Osman Pinnock during the institution's annual Christmas Carol service. Dr. Pinnock said this initiative reflects Michael's long-standing commitment to service, compassion, and national development. He emphasized that the Christmas season calls not only for celebration, but for international acts of goodwill that need.
In this moment, the Michael steps forward, not only than a singer. He was more than a songwriter. He was more than an actor. He was more than a performer. Jimmy Cliff was a messenger, one who carried the story of this small island with all its struggles, resilience, faith, and beauty to the widest possible audience and ensured that Jamaica was heard, recognized, and respected. From humble beginnings, Jimmy rose at a time when Jamaican music was still searching for international recognition. There were no established paths, no guarantees of acceptance, and no assurance that the world would listen. Yet, through talent, courage, and unwavering belief in his craft, he broke through barriers that once seemed immovable.
Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness and Culture and Entertainment Minister Olivia Grange expressed that Jimmy Cliff's passing is a major loss for the world.
We have lost, undoubtedly, one of the greatest proponents of Jamaican music and a film pioneer. His passing has left us deeply saddened. His departure from this life represents a major loss, not just for Jamaica, but for the world. He gave so much of his life to delivering music which had a peculiar and relevant message and resonated in every corner of the globe. Jimmy Cliff must also be hailed as a legend of our time. His songs, including Many Rivers to Cross, You Can Get It If You Really Want, The Harder They Come, Reggae Night, and Hakuna Matata had a positive impact on millions of people across the globe. He also had diverse talents and was known for his mastery of the various genres of Jamaican music: ska, rocksteady, reggae, and soul. His seminal The Harder They Come movie is most famous for its soundtrack, regarded as the piece of music that took reggae to the world, and possibly the most influential of Jamaican films and one of the most important films from the Caribbean.
Culture and Entertainment Minister Olivia Grange. Meantime, opposition leader Mark Golding noted that Jimmy Cliff's voice was a true gift.
Jimmy Cliff occupies a special place in Jamaica's popular music tradition. His unique tenor voice, with its tremendous range, was a true gift. Beautiful, powerful, and unmistakably his own. No one sounded like Jimmy Cliff. He was a great songwriter and performer. His impact on the culture of our island home cannot be discussed without honoring the film The Harder They Come, a work of art that played a very influential role in carrying our culture to the world. Although it was shot in the late 60s, early 70s, the themes, the dialogue, and songs, including The Harder They Come and Many Rivers to Cross, two of Jimmy Cliff's greatest songs, remain as fresh today as they ever were. And I must tell you that, in my opinion, that soundtrack ranks among the greatest in film in the history of the world.
Opposition leader Mark Golding. Jimmy Cliff was a recipient of Jamaica's third highest national honor, the Order of Merit. The icon was also the recipient of IRFM's inaugural Lifetime Achievement Award in February 2017 for his contribution to film and music, as well as for his being a social activist. Opposition spokesperson on youth and human rights, Isaac Buchanan, has called for urgent action to protect students at the College of Agriculture, Science and Education case in Portland. This follows the sexual assault of a student on Sunday. It's reported that the female student was raped after exiting a taxi and proceeding onto the campus. Mr. Buchanan said the incident is an unfortunate and distressing ordeal and has understandably caused fear, anger, and distress among students and the wider academic community. He pointed out that sexual violence represents a serious violation of human rights and must be met with decisive, transparent, and compassionate action. Mr. Buchanan called on the police to provide timely and appropriate updates on the status of the investigation, with relevant information being communicated to the institution through recognized student bodies, while fully safeguarding the privacy and dignity of the student. The spokesman is also urging the relevant authorities, including campus security, transport regulators, and social support agency, to address the safety concerns highlighted by this incident. He has called on General Minister Olivia Grange to meet with the students.
These concerns were clearly articulated during the recently concluded student protests, which raised long-standing issues relating to on-campus and off-campus shuttling, campus access, lighting, security arrangements, and student welfare. Additionally, I'm urging on the Honorable Olivia Grange, Minister of Culture, Gender, Entertainment, and Sports, to become directly engaged in this matter. I believe it is critical that the Minister meets with students, student leadership, and the school's administration to support the survivor, listen to the concerns raised, and assist in coordinating sustainable solutions to the issues identified. Our young people deserve safe learning environments where their dignity and security are protected. This moment requires leadership, accountability, and meaningful action. I stand in solidarity with the students of CASE and reaffirm my commitment to advocating for justice, transparency, and strong protection for all students.
Opposition spokesman on Youth and Human Rights, Isat Buchanan. The Newport West Police are urging members of the public to be vigilant against scams involving the sale of motor vehicles around the wharf area during the busy Christmas season. Commanding officer in charge of the Newport West Station, Superintendent Rochelle McGibbon-Scott, told JIS News that the festive season traditionally brings increased commercial activity and increased criminal activity as well. Makilia Rumble reports.
Superintendent Mackie Gibbons-Scott explained that over the past 5 to 6 years, police have observed a troubling trend that significantly impacts policing in the space. She stated that criminals are operating sophisticated scams, especially through social media platforms such as TikTok, where they post videos of high-value motor vehicles, often captured near the wharf, and advertise them for sale at prices far below their true market value. She gave as example a vehicle valued at $5 million being sold for as low as $2.5 million. She said that scammers encourage potential buyers to quickly inquire about prices, locations, and deposits, often without proper verification, and in many cases, victims are pressured to make online payments or meet individuals at the wharf with large cash deposits. She noted that when individuals are asked to lodge money, that is the critical point where the police urge citizens to pause and verify. The commanding officer indicated that the Newport West Police have recorded an alarming increase in reports of victims who have deposited significant sums of money, ranging from $250,000 to $500,000 into scammers' account. To prevent falling victim to these scams, she is advising persons to be suspicious of vehicles advertised at prices far below market value and not to make any online payment or cash deposit without verification. She further warned members of the public against agreeing to meet sellers along the wharf or in secluded areas and to instead insist on meeting at the Newport West Police Station and to contact the police before making any payment. The senior officer said persons can call or WhatsApp the Newport West Police at 876-412-9210 to verify the legitimacy of any vehicle sale being advertised in the area. This will allow for quick checks, including reviewing screenshots of social media pages and transaction details. Superintendent Matt Gibbons-Scott said that the Jamaica Constabulary Force, JCF, remains committed to protecting citizens and implores everyone to remain vigilant throughout the festive season. Reporting for IRFM News, I am Markelia Rumble.
The Bank of Jamaica BOJ is projecting that the value of currency it issued for December will increase by approximately $21 billion or 7% relative to the stock at end November, which was $3.6 billion. The projected currency stock of $32.6 billion at end December represents an annual growth rate of 12.4% compared to 3.1% for 2024. The currency stock refers to all Jamaican notes and coins that are held outside the central bank. Natalie Campbell reports.
According to the BOJ, the projected acceleration in growth in the currency stock for 2025 is consistent with the seasonal cash demand to support spending. It adds that in response to the impact of Hurricane Melissa, December's currency growth is expected to reflect precautionary demand for cash, increased remittance receipts, and an expected increase in inflation. This is expected to be partly offset by dampened domestic demand conditions as a result of Hurricane Melissa. December. In real terms, the currency stock is projected to increase by 7.2% in December, which compares to the real decline of 1.8% for the previous year. BOJ recorded net currency issue of $3.3 billion for the period December 1 to 11, compared to a net currency issue of $2.8 billion recorded over the same period in 2024. Consequently, as at December 11, the stock of currency in the hands of the public and in the vaults of financial institutions was $303.9 billion. Typically, the BOJ issues and redeems notes and coins daily in order to meet the demand for cash from individuals and businesses. There is normally a stronger demand for currency during December associated with increased spending over the holiday period. Financial institutions therefore request more currency from BOJ to satisfy this demand. Reporting for IRFM News, I am Natalie Campbell.
Sagicor Group Jamaica Limited, SGJ, has announced that it has entered into an agreement with Sagicor Financial Company Limited, FSC, to merge Sagicor Life with SGG under a single Caribbean holding structure. Sagicor Life SLI is a leading provider of life, health, and general insurance solutions across the Eastern and Southern Caribbean. As part of the merger process, the new shares will be issued to SFC as consideration for shares in SLI. On a pro forma basis, the combined business would have over $6.9 billion in total assets and over $1.3 billion in total revenues as of and for the 12-month period ended September 30. The merger, which remains subject to regulatory and shareholder approvals, represents a transformative step for Sagicor, advancing the collective vision of a more unified, efficient, and regionally integrated Sagicor presence throughout the region. With the proposed structure, Sagicor Caribbean's businesses will be brought together under a new holding company, Sagicor Group Caribbean, creating a stronger platform that advances the One Sagicor vision. Through a scheme of arrangement, SGC will replace SJG as the company listed on the Jamaica Stock Exchange, providing continuity and transparency for investors.